About your day and what you are grateful for. Getting my pile out here. We got a lot to talk about. We do. Oh, I forgot it is hump day. It's hump day. Hump day. Hey, Carrie, Kitty, how are you? How are you this evening? Cheers to you all. Yay, Kath, I'm glad it is almost over. I am sorry that you had a bout of COVID, but I am thrilled to hear that it is almost over. It is still real. It is still out there. It is still out there. We just got a manager back today who's been out with it and her family with it, and it stinks, but it is still real. It's the uncommon common cold, especially if you're vaccinated at this point. But it is something that is not going away. But we have to keep going. COVID is not going away, but you and especially you need to keep going. And that is the important thing. You can't stop for it, although you do need to stop and recover when you are sick, when you do have it. So, we keep on debating in our house when we might have had it because, we have gone rather successfully. I don't know, but I figure it's coming in contact with everybody. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. If you have any problems with Facebook, hop right on over to YouTube. I'm over there. I'm here. I'm there. We got the cameras relatively close together. There, but I am in both places. As we work the countdown here, we are basically a week away from conference now. Hang on, I got to take down May here. Let's take down May. I'm looking at the dates, and I'm like, what day is it? That feels good to take down another month. Take down that month on the Enterprise Bank calendar there. And flip us to another month. What happened to my arm? It's old age. It's 50 thing, Kitty. They say I've got a case of bursitis, is what they're saying. So they say that this will help. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to be a compliant patient with it and keep myself going. I'd like to say it's an old sports injury or something, that I've been working out and all that. But let's be real here. We all know that that wasn't my thing. We all know sports and tools was not my thing. Cortisone is good for that. Well, they gave me this and they said if you decide you don't like that, come back and see me in the fall because you don't want the other treatment options during the summer. But I don't know. He said my case is rather mild in the whole scheme of things, although it hurts. It has its moments. But it is. What surprises me is that it's getting better. So that is with this because I didn't think much of this. And the funny thing is, I sort of feel like my father. It's like now you need all the things you used to sell. I used to sell these all the time in my father's store, and I used to think this thing. What is that doing for you except for protecting you when you're doing this? But it actually has helped. So I'll go with that. I'll go with that. It's helping. Is what I'm saying with it. So we'll see how it goes. But I try to be a compliant patient. I try. But it is great to have you all here. Let's get started with the I almost wanted to say the Good Morning, Good Night book, but let's get going with the Stay Positive book. The Stay Positive book is, let me move my my floor mat here. When I'm broadcasting, it's better to have my floor mat back. When I'm working at my computer, it's better to have it forward. Let's get the book here. The Stay Positive book. Oh, I like this. I like this. We are on page 80 tonight in the Stay Positive book. Don't focus on the numbers. Trust the process. When you keep doing things the right way, eventually the numbers will rise, the wins will come, and the outcome will happen. Think about that. As your numbers person, don't focus on the numbers. Trust the process. When you keep doing things the right way, eventually the numbers will rise, the wins will come, and the outcome will happen. I like that. I even been working on some number stuff. I got my hand out for a conference. You know, we're a week away. We're a week away. Well, I'll be there in a week. So I know we officially start Thursday night, the 9th, but I'll be there for Narcs Gives Back on the 8th. I'm excited. I will already be there next Wednesday night at this time. So lots of exciting stuff with that. So that is a good thing. Give me 1 second. There is so much happening in retail and in business. It's hard to decide what to talk about. And I've got a few things. tonight. I'm gonna try to keep it focused. There's a lot that I can talk about, and on any given night, and I'm gonna try to keep it focused here for you. As I continue to talk about beauty, Ulta's sales are surging, up 21% in the most recent quarter, and they're raising their outlook for the year. So beauty is hot. What's more in beauty is, because I know some of you are like, well, there's this inflation thing out there and everything, and there is. I'm not saying there isn't inflation. And because we've covered the underwear index on this, the men's underwear index as part of inflation, we have to cover the lipstick index. There are more indexes. I mean, you look at economists as boring old fogies, but they come up with these indexes. So you have the lipstick index, and the lipstick index is in high swing. Well, I'm not wearing any lipstick tonight, but the lipstick index is in high swing, is in an upward trend. And why is the lipstick index in an upward trend? Because of the beauty categories, that is a lower cost category, and as things increase, the purchase of lipstick actually increases as a form of beauty treatment. So now that we don't have to wear masks, you got it both ways, Kitty, both ways. Part of it is masks and overall beauty wearing, and the other side is it is a lower cost area of beauty than some beauty treatments. But beauty, as we covered in Ulta, is up. The lipstick index is up, which is good. People are spending on that. But it is a tale. It's what story do you want to tell? Because like Big Lots, which has been riding the pandemic high, okay, they rode their food section in Big Lots as making them an essential retailer, okay? And they rode that high, and they are swinging to a big loss as high gas prices. They're saying it's weighing on spending. It's also they aren't having what people are buying right now. Really, right now, in a lot of traditional retail, it's about, do you have what people want? The big big guys are actually talking about, hey, Adele and Dazzle are here. Dazzle and the pets of resale. It is treat time. Treat time, I tell you, Dazzle. The inflation weighing on things, yes, that's a thing, but it's what people are buying. There's been a shift. And if you don't have the right stuff, just like it's been all along throughout the pandemic, if you don't have what people want, they will go someplace else or they'll spend their money on other things. And the big guys are finding that a lot right now. As their first quarter reports come out and they talk about how heavy they are in inventory, part of it's they're heavy in the wrong inventory. They have Christmas has now arrived, and that's what's filling their warehouse instead of the other goods they want to be selling. They have lots of furniture or patio equipment, and people aren't buying that in the way that they thought they wanted that last year. So there's a lot of inventory in the wrong place. I was even in Costco tonight or this afternoon, and they were discounting patio furniture quite dramatically. There was several sets in Costco that were discounted 20% already, which for June 1st is early. I mean, if their inventory levels were still like that in July, I wouldn't be surprised by that. But for June 1st, I was surprised about that. So, I throw that out there. Our quote from Simon tonight. Things that matter are difficult. If we want to do things that matter, it's going to take effort. Things that matter are difficult. If you want to do things that matter, it's going to take the effort. There you go, folks. This statistic is going to surprise you / be like, I don't want them. And I can hear you now. I can hear your responses now. Okay, the percentage of teens, okay, that's anything in teens, that's pre-20. Okay, you are a teen if you are pre-20. Across all hires in 2022, all people that have been hired for any job, okay, all people that have been hired for any job, teens, okay, and I know the old adage that they don't want to work, they're lazy, they have too many conflicts, they just want to talk to their friends, whatever. Okay, the percentage of teens among all hires in 2022 so far has been 9.3%. Okay, and you're not even in the summer job season yet. 9.3% is the percentage of teens among all hires. Part of that is they can actually make good money working now. But nearly 10% of all hires, everyone hired, 1 in 10 people hired almost, okay, is a teenager. And I say that to you, okay, one, because the statistic is a little surprising, and it's up dramatically. So it is a big increase, okay, in teen employment. We haven't seen a jump in teen employment like that in a long time. So that is a big increase. So I share that statistic with you because the increase is so large. First of all, okay, it's up by almost a third from 2019. But I know what most of you think about hiring a kid. And I'm there sometimes too, okay? I've had those very same thoughts, the very same thoughts you're thinking. But there are good kids out there if they have a good leader. And so I share I want to share this with you. An article written. Well, yeah, they're available, but a lot of times you ignore them. A lot of times they get ignored. Okay, well, I'm going to train them and they're going to be gone in a couple of years. They're going to graduate high school. They're going to go to college. Although college enrollment is still way down. college enrollment is for the fall 2022 is still way down from 2019. So there's lots of reasons we don't hire kids, even the good kids, okay? That, they're not going to work hard. They don't know anything. The minimum wage is so high that I have to teach them everything, and then they're going to leave, or they have sports, or they have all these other things, or they're just kids. Well, you were a kid once, weren't you? And not all kids are bad. I talk a lot about my youth, and things came too fast to my mouth sometimes, okay, with not a big stop in my brain. So I certainly had that issue, as do many teenage boys, one I grew out of, but I certainly had that issue. But I found it. I came across this article, and I thought it had some good points about kids today, about kids in summer jobs, and because really part of it is how they are led, how you manage them changes it, how their supervisor interacts with them changes it. And the title of the article is "What Summers at Taco Bell Taught Me About Management." Now, this makes me think of Zach and Marianne. Zach's a big Taco Bell advocate. And so it had a couple key lessons of what working at Taco Bell taught this person. And this person is now 23 years beyond that point in their life. So they're, in their 40s now. Lesson number one, don't be rigid. My favorite Taco Bell manager, unquestionably, was Sue. We were vastly different generations and had little in common aside from a complete disdain for the unreasonable. The big lesson I learned from Sue is that managers can't be afraid of the gray areas you're inevitably going to encounter. Gray areas. You ever see a gray area in business? Fast food restaurants often have hard and fast rules, in part to ensure a uniform experience across the chain. In theory, that's a good thing. In practice, it's only a matter of time before one rule is going to conflict with another, or with a core value like the customer's always right. One memory I'll never forget is being scolded by a different manager for giving an elderly customer a large water when our policy at the time was to only give water in small, cheaper paper cups. A few weeks later, I noticed Sue, who in general was a rule follower, giving a large water to an elderly customer. I asked her why, noting my previous scolding for attempting the same. Her response, "It was the right thing to do." There's never going to be a rule or best practice for every conceivable scenario. If you're going to be a manager, you're going to have to make some decisions in the gray zone. Sometimes you're going to even have to choose between two bad options. Sue taught me to get comfortable with that, and that when in doubt, you're never going to regret doing the right thing. You're never going to regret doing the right thing. Number two, don't take things personally. He fancied himself a taco slinger, an expert taco slinger, as they called themselves on the cook line. So nothing irked him more than coming in for his shift and seeing his name on the cashier lineup. I loved staying in the back, making Mexican pizzas and cracking jokes with his friends. I hated being stuck at the register all night, at the mercy of the incessant beeping that accompanies a car entering the line. As nonsensical as it sounds in retrospect, teenage me took it as a personal affront to his culinary skills. His culinary skills at Taco Bell, that he would be taken out of his rightful place on the cook line even for one shift. Looking back, and with the benefit of managerial experience, I realized my managers weren't casting judgment on my burrito skills, but by putting me at the register. Sherry, one of the managers who was particularly fond of placing me at the register, would often say she wanted to put her aces in their places. Aces in their places. I talk about souls in their roles. Okay, aces in their places. Okay. Now I realize I should have appreciated that she trusts me to communicate with customers, something that is more high stakes than assembling Mexican pizzas and nachos Belgrandes. Maybe she was trying to give a young introvert more self-confidence dealing with people before they moved off to college. I see that now, and it's something that I thought about regularly during my career. Whenever I drift toward taking something too personally, I try to remind myself that maybe there's a side of this I can't see right now. Point number three, morale makes all the difference. Like any job, there were some days at Taco Bell when 5 hours felt like 50. There were others when it felt like 5 minutes. The difference was always the people. On a night with the right crew, it didn't feel like work at all. But we wouldn't have been able to have that environment if managers wouldn't have let us and even encouraged us. And that stuck with me. It's a two-way street. Managers trusted us because we got our work done well. We repaid that trust with good work, in large part because they let us have fun. They let us play elaborate practical jokes that occasionally went a little too far, because that spawned a culture that kept turnover low. But the big lesson about morale came when the magic disappeared. By the time I returned from a year of college for another summer, the crew had turned over as people graduated and moved away. At that point, it always felt like work. Every hour was a slog. Managerial efforts to lighten the mood felt contrived. I didn't love being anymore. I felt fortunate in my career to always be somewhere where I had a true passion. And I think back to the lessons of Taco Bell. So there's a lot in that. Okay, you've got don't be rigid, don't take things personally, and morale makes all the difference. Okay, those are 3 lessons in managing a younger workforce. And we lose sight of that, and especially where 1 in 10 hires is a younger one. Okay, that can have a very positive effect on everyone else too. Okay, both of all generations. And the flip side of that, okay, they're only going to be with us a short period of time. They're only going to be with us. We are caretakers of the items in our stores for a short period of time if we're doing it right. Okay, we are caretakers of our team, okay, to help them grow. Many of you are bringing team members to NARTS conference next week, and I applaud you for that. Okay, we are helping them grow. And sometimes they grow beyond us. But if they can help us on our journey along the way, okay, if they can help us and we can help impart wisdom on them, it is worth the investment and worth the payback at any rate of pay. And I know minimum wages are rising, and many of you could say, well, at $8, it was worth it. But at $15, I can't hire a teenager. You'll be amazed what some of them can do. So open your eyes, open your heart, and be open to growth that can come from that, even if you only have them for a short time. Even if you only have them for a short time. The other thing I wanted to talk about tonight, was Lindsay's post. Young and old, that's great. That is great. That is true, Rose. That is 100% true. Young and old employees all come with their own set of concerns. And so do the ones in the middle. Rose. Everybody does. There's no getting away from it. There's no easy button for that. The other thing I wanted to talk about tonight was absolutely they have health issues, etc. But you got the ones in the middle with the kids. You've got the sandwich generation that has the kids and the parents they're taking care of. Hey, Julie Jankowitz, how are you from Illinois tonight? Great to have you here. But I want you to take this one step further. So I want to take, not that. I don't want to take employees one step further. What I want to talk about is a topic that was brought up in the NARTS Facebook group tonight. And it's a dreaded J month. Okay? That is a mindset, people. Okay? That is all in your freaking head. And if you are here on June 1st and you let that mindset own you, you have written your June story. May is just in the book, and I'm excited about that. I actually got, an email from my tag supplier today, my supplier of tags, and he's like, because we automatically send our tag supplier our end of month inventory. They make sure that we're always have the right amount and we don't run out, which is wonderful. I love that they work with us in that way, and are our partner in that way. And so we always have regular shipments coming of a quantity. And he's like, you're going through tags at exponentially a faster rate. What used to take you 8 to 10 weeks is now taking you 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. So you are going through tags exponentially faster. Today was, of all days, June 1st was our first day of taking fall and winter clothing. Okay, we're in the Northeast. And everything, but today was our first day. June 1st, we start taking fall and winter clothing. And we had 89, I don't have a laundry basket as a prop. Laundry basket. 89 laundry baskets of fall and winter clothing today. And the shoppers to go along with it. Okay? You get what you ask for. Okay, from your shoppers, from your consigners. If you ask for merchandise, they will bring it. If you tell them that things are selling so fast, I need more of this, they will bring it to you. Okay, they are well trained. If you have done your job right, they are well trained. Okay, June does not have to be the Wawas. Okay, June does not have to be the Wawas. I mean, even the Queen says it's time for a jubilee. It's time for a jubilee. So let's party, okay? June can be great. July can be even better. I'm looking for a J word for even better, but I don't got it right now. I don't have it right now. But this is about igniting the profit in your passion. Woo! Nobody's going to let me. Cassandra saw the graphic and she's like, who's letting you near a lighter? Lighter, tools, they don't let you near that kind of stuff. But it is about igniting your passion and sharing your passion with your customers and your suppliers. If you share that, if you tell them, if you ask. If you don't, and you just sit back and say, woe is me, this is a J month, that is what will happen to you, okay? Because the flip side happens when you flip the calendar to August. Nothing special happens in August, but you say, oh, thank God the J months are over. We can really get at it now. Okay? Right. So you want to keep people shopping. You know, a lot of areas up here, we're in our last week of school or so. Between now and the end of next week for a lot of schools in the Northeast, it's the end of school. So there's a lot of different activities and things going on. But we are here to make June a fabulous month. And part of that is getting fabulous merchandise out to the floor and reminding our consigners that we are here to take their merchandise at their convenience. If you are not getting merchandise in at the speed you want, you need to remind your consigners what you want, okay, and be clear about it. 2, you have to make it incredibly easy. It can't be about you. It cannot be about you. It has to be about them. And if you are making their world easy, it will all come together. Absolutely, Rose. It will be a jubilee at conference. Just over a week away. Royalty will be there, and it will be amazing. It will be amazing. I am so excited to be able to see people in person. I'm going to be putting out in the next couple of days. I've had so many people reach out to me asking to set up time with me. And over the last couple of months, I finally got all my calendar scheduled. I'll post it in the NARTS group. Anybody that wants time with me can book time with me. It is your time. I am there for you. I am there to serve in any way that I can to be supportive of you. And I have got all my free, all the non-conference time. I am set to just book one-on-one appointments because I know people don't like to get intimate about their business out in the main floor. So I'm happy to be there for you and answer all of your questions about your store, about your business, about your numbers, about anything. About what color shirt I should wear. I don't know. I am there to answer that. I will have that published probably by Friday. I set it up today. I set it up today in the system, and I will post a link to it by Friday, so anybody that wants to book. Sunday night should be a lot of fun. I've heard rumor that I'm being dressed for conference. I stay out of the details. I was asked about shoes today, and it's just like, what's wrong with these shoes? And I'm like, just don't tell me. Just let me know that I'm supposed to wear this on this day at this time. I don't want to know, but I play along well. I play along well, and I have heard a lot of people planning dress ups and different things. It's going to be fun. We haven't had a resale party in a few years. It is going to be fun to party. I promised you I was going to be there if there was going to be a party, and I will be there. And so I am so excited to do that and see everyone. So I honestly cannot wait. But I have set during non-event times, whenever there's not a conference event, I have my whole calendar available and mapped out with hour appointments and going into the wee hours of the night, And if there's no appointments available and you need to see me, you just shout out and I will be there, or we'll find a time. We will find a time in a corner. That is what I'm there for. That is what I do. Cassandra knows not to expect to see me when I'm at conference. It's almost I didn't mean to run into you. So it is all good, people. It is all good. But come with the right mindset to conference. Come to the right mindset with June. Stay out of the weeds of the news and inflation, and just if you can get owned, don't let your mind get owned by that. I'm not saying don't be aware of it. I'm saying don't get owned by it. Okay? Don't let it own you. And you will have an amazing, amazing month. You will have an amazing June. And for those of you that are worried about inventory incoming, map it out. I have done this with a ton of stores where we have mapped out what they need to receive each day, what they need to process each day. Okay, when you put it on paper, when you put it on the wall, when you make it real, okay, it becomes real. Okay, when you make it, when you track it, when you follow it, it becomes real. It becomes achievable. And you can achieve your dreams. You can have a store, a team, and a life of excellence, even if that includes some teenagers. 1 in 10 hires. We hired one this week. And I was, I stepped back from that. I when I heard that we hired this student this week, and it is great. Yes, June will be one of your best months, Rose. Yes, it will. So many people are traveling and planning events this summer. Yes, they are. You just gotta be open to them. You gotta be there to receive them, and I know you will, because you are resale royalty. You all are, because you don't tune in to me night after night if you are not working on improving yourself, your store, your team, your business. Okay, if you are not into improving, you don't turn. We lost those people a long time ago. Okay. And so if you would not tune in, you would not be coming to conference if you did not want to be better and operate better. And I know you do. So I am excited. I am excited to see you in just over a week. I know some of you will be at the NARTS Gives Back next Wednesday, and I'm excited to be there for that. I'm excited to be traveling to that and being a part of that. And then be there on that Thursday. I will be there and going at it. And I am super excited for it. I am super excited. So it is going to be amazing. And I look forward to seeing you there. You know what else I look forward to? This video and everything I talk about. This video and everything I talk about goes over to narcs.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you, all the files, all the links, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, ring that bell, ring it, so that you always know when a new video drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business, a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker, so we can help everybody be stronger in business. All these things apply to whatever your fiddle is, whatever you're selling, whatever your widget. Hey, Florida Angie, how are you tonight? Great to have you popping in here at the end. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday at More 8 Than Ish. This coming Sunday, I'll be sometime in there. I will be on some point because we had to delay the movie that we were going to do because it wasn't getting dark early enough. So we had to delay that. So I will be on Sunday night, June 5th. So I will be there every Sunday and Wednesday. But if you have a question in between, just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Stay Positive book. Stay positive, people. That's what we're talking about. Don't focus on the numbers. Trust the process. When you keep doing things the right way, eventually the numbers will rise, the wins will come, and the outcome will happen. And then you can ignite the profit in your passion. Great leaders, small ego, big mission. We before me, a lot of love and accountability, a lot of grace and truth, demanding but not demeaning, loving but not enabling, short praise, shout praise, whisper criticism, high standards, low tolerance for excuses. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again 1 week away. And you know what? I'll be there with you. But until then, until Sunday at More 8 Than Ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you on Sunday. Keep an eye out for my calendar.